Hi folks, and welcome to season 4. We are currently in Pinnacle National Park because we've already kind of started our adventure onto season 4. So those of you that don't know, we're always a few weeks behind in production. So what we're shooting now will be going out a couple of weeks from now. We're off and running for our summer and fall adventures, and we'll tell you where those summer and fall adventures will be a little bit later in this video, so keep watching. How's that for a tease?
That's a tease.
That's a tease. We are going to do a few things different this season, and one of those things is we are going to put together a newsletter. Why a newsletter?
The shows go out a couple of weeks behind where we're actually at, and people have said, hey, if I only knew you were there, I'd want to hang or meet you. And it's like, okay, well then we'll start putting together a newsletter and send that out.
We'll put in the newsletter where we're going to be each week, so that way if it's near you and you want to get together and have a beer or a coffee or a sandwich or a burger or whatever, you can ping us, and there'll be information in the newsletter how to ping us. And yeah, we'll try and arrange something to get together with you. As far as how to subscribe to the newsletter, if you look in the show notes below, there will be a link to that newsletter, and it'll go out once a week, just like our videos will now be going out once a week now that we're back on the road. We also want to get a little more viewer participation. We want you guys to be involved in the show as well. That's the beauty of this whole internet thing, is it's not television. It can go two ways. We're working on some ideas. We're also in touch with a couple of sponsors or hopeful sponsors to try and get some freebies to give away to you guys if you participate. But that's all in the works. We haven't got it all figured out yet, so we're not going to announce it just yet, but it's coming. The other thing that we want to do this season, we realized that last season there was no like one direction for the season. It was a travel vlog and we went to cool places, and hopefully you had fun seeing the things that we were doing, but we want it to be a little more focused. That main focus is going to be, we want to show the positive side of full-time RVing. There are enough people out there throwing out all these videos about, you know, all of the crazy things that they have to go through, and oh my God, they're quitting RV life and blah, 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 blah. Yes, there'll be some setbacks. There's always setbacks in this world. Something will break, even on the new trailer, but we want to be much more positive, and we also want to encourage you. I'm sure that is your son wishing you happy Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. So many people that we've talked to said, you know, you're living the dream. And we really are. I mean, if I knew how enjoyable this lifestyle was, I would have done it sooner. And I had judgments against this lifestyle, but I no longer have those judgments. In fact, if anybody's thinking about doing this, I'd say go for it. Once you get into it, it's so much fun, and you see so many new people and see so many new places, and it makes you feel good.
So we are going to do what we can to encourage any of you that have thought about this lifestyle, that have thought about possibly taking part in this lifestyle. We're going to do what we can to encourage you to do it. Plans for this season. What are we doing? Where are we going?
Last year we were on the East Coast. This year we're going to stay mostly on the West Coast, or at least the west side of the country. We left San Diego and just started heading north. California is a long state. It's going to take us time to get through it. We're going to go up through Oregon. We're going to go up through Washington. We're going to go over to Montana. We're going to go through South Dakota. We're going to go through the process of changing our residency, so maybe you could get some information out of that too.
The big rocks, as they call them, that we are going to hit this season. The first one will be the Redwoods. We'll be there next week. After that, we are heading up to Oregon and Washington. The Big Rock in Washington is going to be Olympic National Park,
where we actually will run into some people you might already know.
Or if you don't know, you should know. We're going to be hanging out with Ron and Jody from Just Ramblin' Around. We've been doing collaboration videos with them. We refer to them as our YouTube twins because they really are. They do a lot of the same things that we do.
Only they're better looking.
So don't miss that. We're going to hang out with Just Ramblin' Around. After that, we are headed to Glacier National Park. We'll play around in Glacier for a while. From there down to see the kids in Kansas City. But then the other big rocks are Yellowstone and Grand Tetons.
Yes.
And we're going to do those after Labor Day, so hopefully it will be less crowded. The small stuff that we'll fill in around the edges, you know what it's going to be.
We're sitting in a small spot, but it's a national park. It's Pinnacles National Park.
Yeah, but I mean, some of the other small things that we'll do is hit some small towns, meet some small town people, have some amazing small town beers. Because if you know anything about us, we like the breweries.
So it's kind of giving you an idea of where we're going, but if you have any suggestions, let us know. Honestly, you know, we're going to be in that area. Let us know what you think we should see.
And that area is going to be like the northwest quadrant of the United States. So one thing that we do want to touch on in this video, because some people have asked about it, is for those of you that don't know, one of the catalysts for us starting in this RV life was we lost our daughter back in 2022. So we wanted to give you a little bit of a follow-up on how we are dealing with that. You want to talk first, or you want me to talk about it?
I'll talk about it.
Okay.
And if anything, going back to San Diego and being in San Diego taught me anything, it was we made the right decision to go on the road, to get out of San Diego. Because Mike and I both felt from the moment we drove back into San Diego, just this overwhelming weight on our shoulders, on our hearts, on our minds. Once we're back on the road, I just feel so much better. And again, it's not like we're trying to forget Danielle at all. We take her with us everywhere. We carry her ashes with us on every mile that we're on, and we talk about her constantly. But it's just easier when we're not in the place where not only was she born, but where we lost her.
Yeah, we were and still are a very close family. We did a lot of stuff together. Just about every weekend we were all together in San Diego doing something. So the way that I've explained it to other folks is that it is way, way easier for us to manage our grief when we're on the road instead of being in San Diego. Because in San Diego, every time we come around a corner, you're hit with a memory, and you can't really control the grief from that memory because it's right there in front of your face. So when we're on the road, those memories still hit, but you have a better, or I have a better time saying, okay, now's the time when I want to deal with this memory and want to deal with this grief, or saying, I not right now. I just can't do it right now.
I mean, we're still dealing with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's still a lot of lack of sleep,
mm-hmm.
a lot of tears, a lot of what ifs, ands, and buts. But again, this lifestyle gives you something else to focus on during the day. Nights are still hard.
Yeah.
Nights are still hard, but during the day, there's so much to do to keep safe. There's so much to do to unpack, to pack, to go see. It makes the days a lot easier to deal with.
Agreed. we've come to the decision that this is not something that we will ever get over. We are just learning how to manage it. So thank you to those of you that reached out and asked us how we were doing. From here on out, we are going to be doing our best to give you one video a week of all of the different places that we've been. I don't think I have anything else. You?
Yeah, well, you know, as we move along, we're learning more things about traveling in a Brinkley, so we'll have plenty of Brinkley tips.
So we've had the Brinkley for 6 months, but we've been stationary for 6 months. So now we're starting to move with it. So if you're somebody that stumbled onto one of these videos because you're interested in Brinkley content,
That's coming.
it's coming. Yeah, it's definitely coming because we're now moving and we're experiencing all of the ups and downs of that.
First tip number 1, be prepared to talk about your Brinkley.
Oh God, yes.
Be prepared to randomly show people through your Brinkley.
Give tours of your Brinkley.
You know, people say, you know, all travel trailers are the same. No, this one's unique and it gathers a lot of attraction.
Yeah, if you have a Brinkley or if you're thinking of buying a Brinkley,
Be prepared.
be prepared to talk to people about it. Be prepared to give people tours of it.
They will have no qualms coming over and asking you about your rig.
Yeah. All right, we really do need to wrap this thing up. So that's it for this show. Please come back next week and have a look at what we have for you next Sunday. Please like, subscribe, throw any comments you have down in the comments section. And if we don't see you back here next week, hopefully we will see you somewhere out on the road.
Na